Eileen Burke and Nathan Hochman are taking office as the top prosecutors in Chicago and LA, respectively. Now, both ran on a tougher on crime approach, criticizing their predecessors' so-called soft policies. Los Angeles County DA-elect Nathan Hochman says his landslide win came down to the only issue he says voters could agree on: safety. His blueprint for justice lays out his plan to hold criminals accountable for the crimes they commit. He also vows to attack the backlog of some 10,000 unfiled cases in that county. But one of the very first duties of his term will be weighing in on a case that's captivated the nation for over 3 decades, deciding if he supports the resentencing of the Menendez brothers. Rachel Fiset is a lawyer specializing in white-collar and complex litigation and joins me live. Rachel, great to see you. First, before we get into some of these cases, just how significant is this transition of power there in LA County?
This transition is huge. LA has not overwhelmingly supported our current DA. Nathan Hochman is taking the reins from him today. And the last DA, George Gascon, ran on a platform of reforming justice and really looking to rehabilitate criminals. However, that platform really was not popular, and there is an overwhelming feeling that his policies did not work. So Nathan Hochman is coming in to overhaul the system that LA has been working under for the last 4 years.
All right, so Rachel, how quickly do you think the county is likely to start seeing some of these changes implemented? Is there really any indication that those changes are going to make a difference?
I think those changes will be implemented immediately, as in there will be more prosecutions, more severe prosecutions. Whether the person is a repeat offender will come back into play. I think our issue in Los Angeles may be the financial impact that incarcerating and more severe sentences may have. But I do believe day one, Hochman is prepared to come in and really get a little tougher on crime and public safety.
All right, so Rachel, let's talk about this case that so many people right now in the country are talking about. There's so much focus on the Menendez brothers murder case and whether or not they could be set free some 30 years later. Hochman is going to determine whether or not this moves forward. Is there any indication when he will start on that and what he could potentially decide?
Well, there is a hearing on January 30th, and I believe Hochman will be prepared to make a decision at that time on whether he will want to go forward and proceed with requesting the court to reevaluate the sentencing, or if they will dismiss the motion that the prior DA brought forward, dismiss that request. So I think he will be working hard. This will be really one of the more public things that he does first in his office. And this is highly watched, as we know, and resentencing appeared to be a fairly popular position of George Gascon, the prior DA. So I think that a lot of attention will be given to this decision, and it will be done by January 30th.
Yeah, Rachel, how much does all of the attention, all of this public pressure, and not just public pressure, there was some familial pressure too. We know many members of the victim's family, related to those Menendez brothers, are pushing for them to be released. How does that potentially play into all of this?
The DA is in elected office, and I think that the public pressure really does speak volumes. The DA is meant to protect the public. They are there for the public. In many ways, the district attorney represents victims, and I think Nathan Hochman will take that seriously as a victim representative. So the families of the victims and what they have to say about the potential resentencing should really speak to this office. So I think that all of this comes into play, and it will be his first highly watched test as new DA. And whether he is paying attention to the public and the victims' families will likely matter to him and how he proceeds.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.